and welcome to our deep dive into the future of AI.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good one.
We are going to be taking a close look at a fascinating article
Yes, we are.
called Future of AI, Trends, Impacts, and Predictions.
From November 7th, 2024.
That's right.
We're going to unpack this whole world of intelligent machines.
Whether you're a total tech enthusiast or just curious about what the future holds.
Oh, yeah, you're going to want to stick around for this one. What I think is so fascinating is how this AI is going to reshape industries.
Totally.
In ways that we can only just begin to grasp, like just the beginning, from healthcare to finance, transportation, even the military.
I mean,
AI is going to touch like pretty much every aspect of our lives, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of touching everything, did you see that statistic in the article?
Oh, yeah.
That back in 2015, only 8% of vehicles had AI tech.
Yeah.
But by 2025, it's expected to be over 100%.
I know, that just blows my mind.
It's crazy.
Like in just a few years.
Yeah.
We're going to go from AI in vehicles being like a novelty to just like the norm.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay. So let's start with the basics. Like, what exactly is artificial intelligence?
Right.
I feel like we hear the term all the time.
Yeah.
But what does it actually mean?
I think you're right. It gets thrown around a lot. But really at its core, AI is the ability of machines to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence.
Okay.
Things like, learning, problem-solving, decision-making.
So it's not just like robots taking over the world in the movies.
Not quite. I mean, robots are a part of the AI landscape, but AI is really about creating systems that can like mimic human intelligence.
Okay.
You can think of it as trying to make machines smart.
Right.
In ways that resemble how we think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so the article talks about these 3 different categories of AI.
Yes.
Narrow AI, general AI, and super AI.
Okay.
So what's the difference between these 3?
Okay, so imagine AI as a spectrum.
Okay.
Narrow AI, which is like what we primarily have today, is AI that is really good at a very specific task. So think of like a self-driving car.
Yeah.
It can navigate the roads. It can make driving decisions.
Right.
But it can't write you a poem or compose a symphony.
Okay.
So it's narrow in its ability.
So it's like a specialist in one particular area.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, general AI is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
This is AI that would have human-level intelligence, but across a wide range of tasks.
Okay.
So think of a machine that can not only drive a car, but it can hold a conversation with you.
Wow.
It can learn new skills. It can adapt to different situations.
Okay.
So we're not there yet.
Yeah.
It's a huge goal in AI research.
Okay. Now, super AI.
All right.
This one kind of sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
Super AI is the idea that artificial intelligence will eventually surpass human intelligence in every single way.
Wow.
It's still a hypothetical concept, but it raises some really profound questions about the future of humanity and our relationship with technology.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Okay, so for now, we're in the age of narrow AI.
We are?
But even 10 years ago, AI was already making its mark,
Right.
The article mentions circuit board inspection and credit card fraud detection.
I remember that.
Yeah, so it's already working behind the scenes in ways that we probably didn't even realize.
Yeah, and it's amazing to think about how AI has been quietly integrated into all these different industries for years.
Yeah.
Back then, people were using it to analyze financial data, to optimize manufacturing processes.
Right.
Even to personalize those online experiences.
And they were using AI to improve web search, right?
Absolutely.
Like trying to figure out what we were actually looking for online.
Yeah.
So AI was already playing a role in shaping how we interact with information.
Totally. And over the past decade, advancements in machine learning, particularly deep learning, have propelled AI to like new heights.
Okay, so let's talk about this deep learning thing for a second. What makes it so special?
Imagine a computer program that can learn from huge amounts of data, identify complex patterns, make predictions with incredible accuracy.
Yeah.
That's essentially what deep learning is.
Okay.
It's a subset of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks.
Okay.
And those are inspired by the human brain.
Oh, wow. So it's like giving computers a brain boost.
Exactly. And deep learning has revolutionized AI.
Yeah.
because it can just handle much more complex tasks than we were able to do before.
Okay.
Think about like image recognition. A few years ago, computers really struggled to identify even like basic objects in photos.
Yeah.
Now, thanks to deep learning, they can distinguish between thousands of different objects.
Wow.
Sometimes even better than humans can.
That is impressive.
It's amazing.
Okay, so we have this powerful technology that's evolving at like a rapid pace.
At an alarming pace.
Yeah, but what does this actually mean for the future?
Right.
How is AI going to change the world as we know it?
Yeah, the article dives into AI's potential impact on all these different industries.
Okay.
And I think one of the most profound transformations is probably going to be in healthcare.
Okay, how so?
Imagine a world where AI can help us diagnose diseases earlier.
Yeah.
Personalized treatment plans.
Okay.
Even make healthcare more accessible to people in like remote areas.
That would be incredible.
It would be amazing. The potential benefits for patients is enormous.
Yeah, for sure.
AI could help doctors analyze medical images, predict patient outcomes, even develop new drugs and therapies.
Wow.
It could like fundamentally change how we approach healthcare.
Yeah, that's huge. But I know some people are concerned about AI taking away jobs.
Yeah, I could see that.
Especially in fields like healthcare. So is that a valid fear?
Yeah, it's a question that comes up a lot,
Right.
Will robots replace doctors and nurses?
Right.
The article actually suggests that AI is more likely to augment human work.
Okay.
Rather than replace it entirely.
Interesting.
Think of AI as a tool that can assist healthcare professionals.
Okay.
It allows them to focus on the more complex and human-centered aspects of their work.
So instead of replacing doctors, AI could actually help them make more informed decisions.
Exactly.
And provide better care to their patients.
Exactly. It's all about collaboration.
Okay.
It's not about replacement.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
AI could handle things like data analysis, administrative work, freeing up doctors to spend more time with their patients.
Right.
Focus on that human side of medicine.
Yeah. Okay. And what about education?
Okay.
How is AI going to transform the way we learn?
Imagine a world where education is truly personalized.
Okay.
Tailored to each student's individual needs and learning styles.
Yeah.
AI could assess students' strengths and weaknesses, provide customized learning materials, and even adjust the pace of instruction.
Wow.
To make sure that everyone's engaged and progressing at their own speed.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it would be incredible.
No more one-size-fits-all classrooms where some students are bored and others are struggling to keep up.
Right. It could help create a much more dynamic and engaging learning environment.
Okay.
Where every student has the opportunity to reach their full potential.
Wow.
But it's not just about personalized learning. AI could also help teachers, manage their workload.
Right.
Provide real-time feedback to students, and even create new and innovative educational tools.
So it's about empowering both teachers and students.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's about using technology to enhance the learning experience.
Yeah.
And create a more equitable and effective education system.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of equity, I'm curious about the impact of AI on the financial world.
Okay.
Do you think AI is going to create a more level playing field? Or is it just going to exacerbate those existing inequalities?
That's a really important question.
Yeah.
AI is already transforming the financial industry in big ways.
Okay.
From robo-advisors that provide automated financial advice to algorithms that analyze market trends and make investment decisions.
So AI is changing how we manage money and invest.
Absolutely.
Okay. So is AI going to replace financial advisors altogether?
I don't think AI will completely replace human advisors.
Okay.
But it will definitely disrupt the industry.
Okay.
We might see a shift toward more like hybrid models where AI tools support human advisors, allowing them to provide more personalized and efficient service.
That makes sense.
But we have to consider the potential impact on accessibility.
What do you mean by that?
Will AI-powered financial tools be available to everyone?
Yeah.
Regardless of their income or technical skills?
Right.
Or will they create a divide between those who can afford to use them and those who can't?
That's a good point.
These are important ethical considerations that we need to address as AI becomes more prevalent in finance.
Yeah, I think it's a good reminder that technology doesn't always benefit everyone equally.
Yeah.
So we need to be mindful of the potential consequences and make sure that AI is used in a way that promotes fairness and inclusion.
Precisely. Technology is a tool.
Yeah.
And like Any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
Right.
It's up to us to guide its development and ensure that it benefits all of humanity.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've talked about healthcare, education, and finance,
Huh?
but AI is also making its mark in some pretty unexpected places.
Yeah.
Like the military and cybersecurity.
Okay.
This is where things start to feel a little more intense, I think.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
The use of AI in these fields raises some really complex ethical and societal questions.
Uh-huh.
We're seeing the rise of autonomous weapon systems,
Wow.
drones that can make life or death decisions without human intervention. And while some people argue that these systems can reduce casualties and improve military efficiency, other critics warn of the dangers of giving machines too much power over human life.
Yeah, it's a scary thought. Robots making decisions about who lives and who dies.
It is a scary thought,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a topic that demands careful consideration.
Uh-huh.
We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential risks and benefits of AI in the military.
Yeah.
And make sure that we have the right safeguards in place to prevent unintended consequences.
Absolutely. Okay, and what about cybersecurity?
Okay.
How is AI being used to protect us from cyber attacks?
AI is playing a more and more important role in cybersecurity.
Okay.
AI-powered systems can analyze huge amounts of data to detect and prevent cyber attacks.
Okay.
Identify vulnerabilities in computer systems.
Yeah.
And even predict future threats.
So it's like having a super smart security guard.
Yeah.
Watching over our digital world.
Kind of.
Yeah.
AI can help us stay ahead of those cyber criminals.
Okay.
And protect our sensitive data from being compromised.
But there's also a flip side to this, right?
If there is.
AI can be used by hackers to launch more sophisticated and targeted attacks.
Absolutely. It's a constant arms race.
Yeah.
Between those who want to protect our data and those who want to exploit it.
Yeah, it sounds like the future of cybersecurity is going to be a wild ride.
It's going to be wild.
Okay, so let's shift gears for a second to something a little closer to home, transportation. We talked about that crazy statistic about AI in vehicles, but I want to dig a little deeper into how AI is changing the way we get around.
Okay, so the automotive industry is going through a massive transformation thanks to AI.
Okay.
We're not just talking about self-driving cars, although that's certainly a big part of it.
Yeah.
AI is being used to improve everything.
Wow.
From safety features to fuel efficiency to the overall driving experience.
So what exactly are we talking about here? What kind of AI-powered features are we going to see in cars?
Think of cars that can predict and avoid accidents.
Okay.
Navigate traffic jams autonomously. And even personalize the driving experience based on your preferences.
Wow.
And we're also seeing the rise of connected cars that can communicate with each other and with infrastructure.
Okay.
Leading to safer and more efficient transportation systems.
It sounds like AI is going to make driving a lot easier and a lot less stressful.
Yes, definitely. But what about those concerns around self-driving cars?
Yeah. Are they really safe?
Yeah.
What happens if something goes wrong?
Those are valid concerns.
Yeah.
Self-driving cars are still in the early stages of development.
Okay.
And there are a lot of technical and ethical challenges to overcome. But the potential benefits are huge.
Yeah.
Self-driving cars could reduce traffic accidents, improve mobility for people who are unable to drive.
Okay.
And even free up our time for other activities.
It's amazing to think about the possibilities. But it also makes you wonder, what will our cities look like in a world where cars can drive themselves?
Yeah. Will we even need traffic lights anymore?
It's a good question.
Yeah. The rise of self-driving cars could lead to huge changes in urban planning and infrastructure. We might see dedicated lanes for autonomous vehicles, smart traffic management systems, and even the emergence of new types of transportation services.
It's like we're on the cusp of a transportation revolution.
I know, it's really exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. But amidst all of this technological advancement, what about the human element?
Right.
How is AI going to impact our jobs, our livelihoods?
Yeah.
I think that's a question that's on a lot of people's minds.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The impact of AI on the workforce is a major concern.
Okay.
Some people are afraid that robots are going to take their jobs, leading to widespread unemployment and economic disruption.
Okay, so is the robot apocalypse right around the corner?
Right.
Are we all going to be replaced by machines?
I think the reality is probably going to be a little more nuanced than that.
Okay.
While AI will definitely automate some tasks and displace some jobs. It's also going to create new opportunities and transform existing roles.
So it's not about AI versus humans,
Right.
but AI changing the way we work.
Exactly.
Okay.
The key is to embrace lifelong learning, develop new skills, and adapt to the changing demands of the workforce.
That makes sense.
AI can be a powerful tool for economic growth and innovation, but it requires us to be proactive and prepare for the future.
Absolutely. It's like we're entering a new era of human evolution.
Yeah.
One where technology and human ingenuity are intertwined in ways that we're only beginning to understand.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay. And one of the most critical chapters in this story is the role of AI in advertising.
Right.
I mean, we're bombarded with ads every day.
Yeah, we are.
But how is AI changing the way companies reach consumers?
Well, AI is transforming the advertising industry in some really profound ways.
Okay.
AI-powered systems can analyze tons of data to identify target audiences, personalize ad campaigns, and even create ad content that resonates with specific consumer preferences.
So AI is helping companies get the right message to the right people at the right time.
Exactly. It's about making advertising more effective and less intrusive.
Okay.
You know, AI can help companies understand consumer behavior, predict buying patterns, and create ad experiences that are more relevant and engaging.
Yeah, but what about the ethical implications? I mean, AI can be used to manipulate people's emotions, influence their decisions. Is there a risk that AI-powered advertising could become too powerful?
Yeah, that's a legitimate concern. As AI gets more sophisticated, it's crucial to consider the ethical implications and establish some really clear guidelines for its use in advertising. You know, we need to make sure that AI is used responsibly and transparently.
Absolutely.
And that consumers are protected from manipulative practices.
I think it's just another reminder that technology is a double-edged sword.
It is.
It can be used for good or for bad. And it's up to us to guide its development and make sure that it's used ethically and responsibly.
Absolutely. The future of AI isn't predetermined.
Okay.
It's like a canvas waiting for us to paint our hopes, our dreams, our values onto it.
That's a powerful thought.
It is.
And it leads us to the next chapter of our deep dive, where we'll explore some of the common myths and misconceptions surrounding AI, as well as the ethical considerations that we need to address as this technology becomes more pervasive in our lives.
Sounds good. You know, one thing that's really interesting is how much hype there is around AI. You know, the article we're looking at? It actually debunks some common myths that have kind of taken root in the public imagination.
Like the idea that robots are going to rise up and take over the world.
Exactly.
I've seen one too many sci-fi movies about that.
Right. But it's important to remember that AI, at least for now, is a tool that's created and controlled by humans.
Okay.
But there are other myths that are a little more subtle.
Okay. Give me an example.
One myth is that deep learning, machine learning, and AI are all interchangeable terms.
Yeah, I've had those terms used interchangeably a lot, but they're not actually the same thing.
No, not quite.
Okay.
It's more like a set of nested concepts.
Okay.
Deep learning is a specialized type of machine learning, which itself falls under the broader umbrella of artificial intelligence.
Okay, so deep learning is like the most specific, and AI is like the broadest category.
Exactly. It's kind of like thinking about the difference between a fruit, an apple, and a Granny Smith apple.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
That makes it a lot easier to understand.
Good.
What are some other myths that the article debunks?
Another common misconception is that AI systems are these like impenetrable black boxes that we can't understand. But non-AI systems are somehow perfectly transparent.
I think that myth comes from the fact that AI can seem so complex and mysterious.
Right, and it's true that some AI systems are hard to interpret. Especially the ones that rely on like really complex algorithms. But the article emphasizes the importance of transparency and explainability in AI. Especially as it becomes more integrated into our lives.
So we need to be able to understand how AI is making decisions. Especially when those decisions have real-world consequences.
Absolutely. Imagine like a self-driving car that suddenly makes an unexpected turn. If we don't understand why the AI made that decision, we can't really trust it to make safe and reliable choices. Explainable AI is really important for building trust. And making sure that these systems are used responsibly.
That makes sense. Are there any other myths that the article tackled?
There's also a myth that the quality of an AI system depends solely on the data it's trained on.
Okay.
So the idea is that if you just feed an AI system a bunch of bad data, you'll get bad results.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. While data quality is definitely important, it's not the whole story. You know, the design of the algorithms, the way the AI system is trained, even the goals and values that are built into it, all play a role in how effective and fair it is.
So it's not just about feeding the AI a ton of data.
Right.
It's about making sure that it's carefully designed and trained
to
produce the outcomes we want.
It's kind of like making a cake.
Okay.
You can have all the best ingredients.
Right.
But if you don't follow the recipe and use the right techniques, you won't end up with a delicious cake.
I like that analogy. Yeah. Makes me kind of hungry, though.
Well, maybe we can have some cake after we finish this deep dive.
I'd be down for that.
Okay, what other AI myths are out there?
Let's see. I know a lot of people are worried about AI taking all the jobs.
Right. The belief that AI will eventually replace all human work and lead to mass unemployment and like a dystopian future.
The robot apocalypse?
Yes, exactly.
It's a scary thought, but do you think it's realistic?
I think the article offers a more nuanced perspective.
Okay.
It argues that while AI will automate some tasks and displace some jobs, it'll also create new opportunities and transform the roles that already exist.
So again, it's not about AI versus humans, but about AI changing the way we work.
Exactly. The key is to embrace lifelong learning, develop new skills and adapt to those changing demands of the workforce.
That makes sense.
AI can be a powerful tool for economic growth and innovation, but it requires us to be proactive and prepare for the future.
Yeah. What kind of new opportunities do you think AI will create?
That's the exciting part.
Yeah.
We can't predict the future.
Right.
But we can imagine new jobs emerging in areas like AI, development data analysis, cybersecurity, even fields that haven't been invented yet.
It's true. It's like we're on the edge of a new frontier full of unknown possibilities.
Exactly. And that's what makes this such an exciting time to be alive.
Okay, so we've talked about some of the myths and realities of AI.
We have?
But what about the ethical considerations?
Okay.
You know, this is powerful technology.
It is.
It has the potential to really reshape society. What are some of the ethical challenges that we need to be thinking about?
That's a crucial question.
Yeah.
One of the biggest concerns is bias.
Okay.
The potential for AI to be used in ways that make existing biases and inequalities even worse.
Okay.
Like, for example, if an AI system is trained on biased data, it could make discriminatory decisions.
Right.
Which could lead to unfair outcomes.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about how it's developed and used.
Exactly. We need to make sure that AI systems are designed and trained in a way that is fair, unbiased, and transparent.
What about privacy? Yeah. You know, all these AI systems are collecting and analyzing huge amounts of data about us.
Right.
Is there a risk that our privacy could be compromised?
Privacy is a huge concern in the age of AI.
Yeah.
You know, as AI systems get more sophisticated, they can collect and analyze more data about us than ever before.
Right.
From our online activity to our physical movements to even like our emotions.
It's kind of unsettling to think about all that data that's being collected.
It is.
What can we do to protect our privacy?
Well, that's where the concept of privacy by design comes in.
Okay.
It's about building privacy protections into AI systems from the very beginning.
Okay.
Rather than trying to like add them on as an afterthought.
Okay.
We have to think carefully about what data is collected, how it's used, and who has access to it.
So it's not just about stopping AI from collecting data.
Right. But about being responsible and transparent about how that data is used.
Exactly. We need to strike a balance between using the power of AI and protecting individual privacy.
Okay.
It's definitely a challenge, but it's one that we need to address.
Absolutely. Another ethical consideration that I've been thinking about is the potential for AI to be used to manipulate people.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Or exploit them.
You're right. That's a real concern.
Yeah.
You know, AI can be used to create these highly personalized and persuasive messages. And those messages could be used for bad things like spreading misinformation or manipulating people's emotions.
Like those targeted ads that seem to know exactly what you're thinking.
Right, exactly.
But what if those ads are used to spread propaganda or promote like really harmful products?
That's why it's so important
to
have ethical guidelines and regulations to prevent AI from being misused?
We need to think carefully about the consequences of this technology and make sure that it's used for good, not for harm.
It sounds like the future of AI isn't just about technological advancement. It's also about ethical responsibility.
Absolutely. We need to approach AI with both wonder and caution. It's a powerful tool that could benefit humanity in so many ways, but it also comes with risks that we need to take seriously.
So as we navigate this new territory, what are some key things to keep in mind? What can we do to make sure that AI is used ethically and responsibly?
One really important step is transparency and accountability. We need to be able to understand how AI systems are making decisions and who's responsible for their actions.
So no more black boxes.
We need to be able to look under the hood and see how these systems work. Another thing that's really crucial is to have a diverse and inclusive AI community.
What do you mean by that?
Well, we need to make sure that people from all different backgrounds and perspectives are involved in developing and governing AI. This will help reduce bias and make sure that AI reflects the values of our society.
So if AI is going to be part of our lives, it needs to represent all of us.
Exactly.
Not just a select few.
The future of AI depends on our collective wisdom and our willingness to have open and honest conversations about its potential and its risks.
So we need to approach AI with a sense of both optimism and caution.
Exactly. It's a powerful tool that can do amazing things. But it can also be misused. It's up to us to shape its future and make sure it's used for good.
It's like we're standing at a crossroads. One path leads to a future where AI solves our biggest problems. But the other path leads to a future where AI makes inequality worse and takes away our freedoms.
That's a great way to put it. And it shows how important it is to make conscious choices about how we develop and use AI. The future isn't set in stone. We get to create the future that we want.
Okay, so let's talk about one area where AI is already having a big impact. The world of work. How is AI going to transform how we make a living and the skills we need to succeed?
That's on everyone's mind. Will AI take our jobs? Will it create new opportunities? Will it change what work even is?
Let's address the big question first. The fear of AI taking our jobs. Is it really going to happen?
I think it's natural to be concerned. But the reality is more complex than just robots versus humans. While AI will probably automate certain tasks and get rid of some jobs, it'll also create new opportunities and change the jobs that are already out there.
So it's not about AI replacing us.
Exactly.
It's about AI changing how we work.
Exactly. The key is to always be learning. Develop new skills and adapt to the changing job market. AI can be a really powerful tool for economic growth and innovation. But we have to be proactive and get ready for the future.
What skills do you think will be most valuable in this new age of AI?
I think things like critical thinking, problem-solving creativity, and emotional intelligence are going to be essential. Because AI will be able to do a lot of the routine tasks.
So we need to focus on the things that machines can't do.
Things that need empathy and ingenuity and understanding other people.
So instead of competing with machines, we need to focus on what makes us human.
Exactly. The future of work isn't about us against the machines. It's about humans and machines working together. So that we can do more than either of us could alone.
So it's a partnership where AI and humans both bring their strengths. AI can handle the repetitive stuff and all the data. And humans can be creative and think critically and, provide that human touch.
That's a great way to put it. It's not about replacing us. It's about making us better. And freeing us up to focus on the things that matter most.
But even if AI does create new jobs, won't some people get left behind? Like, what happens to the people whose jobs are automated?
That's a good point. And we need to think about how to support those workers. Maybe offer retraining programs, provide financial assistance, and create better safety nets.
So we need to have like a larger conversation about how AI is going to impact workers.
Absolutely.
And how everyone can benefit.
This isn't just a tech problem. It's a social and economic one. We need to think about how to create a future where everyone has a chance to succeed in the age of AI.
So it's about creating a future where AI empowers people and doesn't replace them.
It's about using AI to create a fairer and more prosperous society for everyone.
Okay, so it sounds like AI has a ton of potential.
It does.
But it's not a magic solution.
Right.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to be aware of the risks and try to prevent them. Things like biased privacy and people using it for the wrong reasons.
Okay. So to wrap up this part of our conversation, what are the key takeaways?
Okay.
What should people be thinking about?
I think the most important thing to remember is that the future of AI is not set in stone.
Okay.
We get to decide what it looks like.
Yeah.
Individuals and society as a whole need to decide how this technology is developed and used. We need to be excited about AI, but also cautious.
Okay.
Be open to its potential, but also be aware of its risks.
Yeah, it's not just something that's going to happen to us.
Exactly.
We have a choice to make.
We do.
Are we going to use AI to make the world better for everyone?
Right.
Or are we going to let it make inequality worse and take away our freedom?
That's up to us.
So it sounds like this is a pretty crucial moment.
It is.
Okay, well, let's take a moment to think about what we've learned.
Yeah.
And what this all means for us and our communities.
Good idea.
And when we come back, we'll finish up our deep dive with some final thoughts from the article and some questions for you to think about.
So good.
All right, welcome back, everyone.
We've covered so much.
We've gone from debunking those myths about AI to talking about all the ethical concerns.
So many things to consider.
Definitely as we enter this age of AI.
And it's been fascinating.
It has been just exploring how AI is going to change industries, redefine work, even like challenge what it means to be human.
I know, it's really made me think.
Me too. So as we wrap up our deep dive today, I'm curious what really stuck with you from that article. Future of AI, trends, impacts, and predictions.
What's interesting is it wasn't any one prediction or breakthrough.
Okay.
It was more like the overall message.
What do you mean?
That we have agency.
Okay.
The article really emphasizes that the future of AI isn't something that's just going to happen to us. It's something that we are actively shaping, like every choice we make.
That's a good point. It's easy to feel like all this tech stuff is just happening so fast.
Right.
And we don't have any control over it.
It can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
But the truth is we do have a say in how AI is developed, how it's used, how it's a part of our lives.
Okay, so give me an example.
Well, think about the ethical principles that guide the research. Or the policies that control how it's used.
Yeah.
We can steer this technology to benefit everyone.
So it's not about just sitting back and watching. It's about being a part of the conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to talk openly and honestly about AI, the good and the bad, and work together to make sure it's used responsibly and ethically.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot.
Okay.
We talk about how AI is going to change everything, industry's jobs.
Yeah.
But what does it mean for me?
Right. That's the question we should all be asking.
Yeah.
The impact of AI is going to be personal.
Yeah.
It'll affect our careers, our relationships, even how we see ourselves.
So how do we prepare for this? What can we do?
One of the most important things is to never stop learning.
Okay.
The skills that are important today might not be so important tomorrow.
That's true.
We need to be flexible and always keep learning.
Yeah, like we're students again.
Right, exactly. Always learning new things.
But it's not just about tech skills, right?
No, it's also about those human skills.
What do you mean?
Critical thinking, problem solving, being creative.
Okay.
Emotional intelligence. Those are what will set us apart from the machines.
Yeah.
And help us thrive in this world of AI.
It's about what makes us human.
Exactly.
Our ability to think, to feel, to come up with new ideas.
Those are the skills that will always be needed.
Even as AI gets more advanced.
Even then.
So as we wrap up our deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listeners to remember?
The future of AI is not set in stone.
Okay.
It's up to us to decide what it looks like.
I like that.
Embrace lifelong learning. Focus on those human skills.
Right.
And let's have those important conversations about ethics.
Okay.
That's how we make sure AI benefits everyone.
That's a future worth working towards.
Definitely.
That's a message of hope.
Yeah.
The future isn't something to be afraid of.
It's something to create.
And we can do that together.
We can.
Okay, well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive today.
It went by fast.
I know it did. We hope you found this exploration interesting.
Yeah.
And that it made you think about the future of AI in a new way.
And don't forget,
yes,
the article we discussed was Future of AI, Trends, Impacts, and Predictions.
Published on November 7th, 2024.
Go check it out.
And keep learning and keep asking those questions.
The future is waiting.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.